When Officer Garcia sounded his siren/PA system for us to come out, he was right here. This is our property line here. Now, LA City Code says that from 50 yards from the property line, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, property line's right here. Let me start that again. Property line ends approximately here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39, 1, 3, 44, 46, 47, 49. Now, I don't even make a 3-foot step. My step is not a yard. Just under. That's longer than I could. So 1, 2, 3. While making an average step, 50. So I would have had to have been around the corner. And similarly, from the property, at the lower point, there are many points. But one could not actually make that assumption. So I go, just for your own humor. 1. All the way to here. 50. That's giving him the benefit of the doubt. Now, at 50 yards from the property, his judgment would have been sufficient. But his judgment was not. His judgment was specifically right here. And if not here, the second point of harassment was right here, even closer, which is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Come on, 15 feet. 15 yards, 30 feet from my front door. Now, secondly, the non-ticket was issued to my wife. And my wife wasn't playing the drums. Not at all. Not even a little bit. She was merely standing up for her right. Because under COVID laws, she has every right to practice music in her own house. They're extended to her. It was 11:30 in the morning at the most. We were watching her class, which is Berkeley School of Music Online, with the volume at 27. Volume's max is 50. It's relative to 2 sets of volumes, but our speaker is already blown out, so we play things quietly because we don't actually want to hear mumbles. Now, a drum kit exists in our house, and it's a small kit. It's muted, dampened. It only consists of a 12-inch snare, a 14-inch tom, and a 10-inch hi-hat, which is an unusually small hi-hat, all of which are muted and choked. It sits by the door here because a construction site goes on, which is nearing its 70% dial done, but for the last 2 years, we've heard Vietnam here. Literally Armageddon, a steel construction. Secondly, William Judson Richards, the person who's been making these false complaints, has mortgage frauded our property, taking out a multi-pledged loan on the property at the base of this hill. Here. So, this is Harvey Shields' property. It's been abandoned since 1977. He takes care of it. We take care of it for him, actually. My wife and I, as our house is dedicated as a park, as far as we're concerned. We filed with the tax assessor many times, yet to never hear back, even though we've requested our 610B3 repeatedly, which is our right to be assessed and added to the tax roll. We've been in possession of this house since 2016. My wife, my addition in 2017, and formerly she was a tenant with Rubina, which gives her even more right because the house was under Ellis provisions, and first right of refusal to the person who last lived here would always be here under any ownership change or eviction attempt or re-rental. Now, we have sunk close to $300,000 of our own personal money and sweat equity in excess of another $300,000 to make this place a Japanese house, to restore it to its former glory, and to take consideration for the landscape which had completely destroyed this place. The landscape had been completely overgrown by jade and was full of tons of fungus in the soil, which was basically eroding the soil and causing a landslide. We, using native plants, have created an oasis of every type of California native with 23 different types of trees wild California bloom, like a mini Antelope Valley. Black walnut, olive trees, lime trees, Monterey pine, an endangered species. The fire salamander lives here. A bobcat lives here. A fox lives here, who comes out of the bushes over here. A raccoon, a skunk, and numerous other animals, gophers, squirrels, annoying little fuckers. We've had this tree up here. See the chopped tree? Chopped by William Judson Richards and Joshua Markinson, a supposed tree arborist. Markinson is, but I do believe he has no degree whatsoever and is just using the claimed title to fraud people, and his only license is that of a truck driver. Same as Judd, whose contractor's license has been revoked multiple times for fraud on the state. Jenny's the wife of Judd, Joshua, and father, Ken Shapiro, all live right over here on the Avalon stairs, and now use appraisal fraud and owner move-in fraud to occupy